Here we have the 1994 Toyota Starlet EP82. 1.3 4-cylinder 4E FE motor, 3-speed automatic transmission. See, it's somewhere in the middle as far as options. Power windows, power mirrors, power locks. The car is slow, but drives great. And although it's pretty drab, the gray, you know, a 5-door doesn't sound that cool. With the BMW bottle caps on it, I think it looks quite great. I think it's a fantastic looking car. All it does is get you where you want to go easily. And yeah, it's not super fast. And yeah, it's not super quick. But everything works. Air, heat, windows, and it's quite comfortable. This very simple car that I thought I would not grow to love, I actually love at this point. Let's look at some of the cooler parts about this car. We're going to start with the coolest part about this car. Now, I don't know how many owners in Japan, but remember, this is a 1994 Toyota Starlet. Look at those miles. 14,000, 15,000 we'll call it. It's about 8,000 or 9,000 miles. 14,000 kilometers, 15,000 kilometers. 8,000 or 9,000 miles on this car. And look at the condition. It's fantastic. No tears. This is kind of one of the weirder things. Like I said, we're somewhat in the middle with the options. Got a little map area here on the driver's side. Nope, not on the passenger. Don't know why. But back seat too. Fantastic condition. Look at the door cards. Look at the seats. This car is just immaculate condition for such a simple car. It does have the upgrade on the stereo. Has 2 speakers up in the front. It has these 2 speakers in the back. Let's get back here. This is where you can really see how basic this car is. Look at the rear floor mat. Just a piece of rubber, really vinyl, not even rubber. And although the speakers work on here, that's just terrible. But, you know, you got to do what you got to do. I'm going to pour it on a sec. I'm going to pop the hood. But it's just, I'm going to miss the car. Fantastic shape. Really cool part is you roll into Cars and Coffee with this thing. And, you know, people all around a 911 or a Supra or whatever. And this little gray ugly duckling turns all their heads. It's kind of cool. So there we go. That's what an 8,000 mile motor looks like. No rust. Super clean. I've done nothing to the motor to clean it up. We have some rust down here, but I'm thinking that's from prior batteries. Let's go start her up. Toyota quality right here. All right, we're going to take it out on the road. You can see and feel the power. You know, I said, if you this is actually maybe the car everyone should learn to drive on, because you cannot accelerate very quickly. I mean, it handles very well. I've driven this thing on the highway. It'll go 120, 130, 140 kilometers per hour without any problems. Getting there will take a little bit of time. But you can't, you know, learning how to drive, you can't pull it fast in front of somebody. You can't slam on the brakes and stop immediately. You can't drive like an idiot in this car. You have to drive like a sane person. Really the way everyone should drive. Power windows, power locks. I'm not going to turn the radio on, but it is the Panasonic upgrade, like I said. So let's take this thing for a little spin. Steering's very light, although I do not love the steering wheel, but you know, this is a very basic car. We have to keep that in mind when we're thinking and looking at this car. Simplicity gets us from point A to point B economically. Man, this car does that and then some. When I first got this, I thought, you know, 3-speed automatic, man, this is going to be a dog getting up to third gear. And then when it finally does, it's just going to wind itself out. But I couldn't be more wrong. And I know in most cars, modern cars, they have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 speeds in their transmissions in the automatics. But and I'm sure it helps with gas mileage and it helps with your 0 to 60 times. But is it really necessary? I don't think so. This little 3-speed does everything fine, and if it's that much more inexpensive because of it, why would you not stick with the 3-speed? Don't need those extra gears if it's just going to cost me more money to do what this thing can do more efficiently. So you can see, I mean, my hands are off the steering wheel now. Just go straight, track's fine. Going 60 kilometers, almost. It's about 40. Very comfortable. Easily does it. When we get up to the stop sign, we're going to step on it so you can feel the acceleration. But really, for an around the town car, or if you had, have to drive it a couple hours one way, I wouldn't want to drive across country in this thing. 10 hours driving probably would be a little bit uncomfortable. But driving around town, it's perfect. 2-hour trip, perfect. 4-hour trip, perfect. I've driven this thing up and to and from Harrisburg, which is about 2 hours from the Philadelphia area. So yeah, we're gonna get on this thing right here. We'll come around, so we're going straight. I've never spun the wheels, and we're not gonna try to spin the wheels, but come to a stop, and here we go. I'm flooring it, by the way. Yeah, not fast, but it gets the job done, which is really what it's meant for. It wasn't meant to go fast. It's weird to say, but I love this car. Maybe more than a lot of current or even cars of this era. You gotta store something or haul something. Seats fold down easily. It's weird too. I really think with the seats, it is kind of a coarse material. Obviously a little bit on the cheaper side, but I think it's made to be durable. So even though it's cheaper, it's very durable. So maybe that's why it's lasted so well and still looks so good. I don't know, but no wear marks anywhere. Then again, so few miles. Maybe that's why. We're gonna pull in here, bring it back to the house. I want to show you the one feature on this thing that is just terrible. But maybe this is why I love the car this much too. So this has got to have the world's cheapest hold on, I'm turning here, I'm sorry, and evidently I can't think and drive at the same time. But the sun visor's right up here, okay? They look like just normal sun visors, nothing special, nothing fancy, just sun visors. But when we park here, I'm gonna bring them down and show you what I'm talking about. I've never been in a car where the sun visors are this bad. Now, I don't ever use my sun visor. I hate using the sun visor, but watch this. I'm putting down both of them. And by the way, you do get a nice little mirror there. Maybe this ought to be better displayed. They just don't go down very well. And then even when you put them back up, like, it's just, it makes you never want to use them, which is good for me because I don't want to use them. But yeah, this is the 1994 Starlet. The other thing too that's kind of weird is, and maybe it's not, I don't remember other cars in Japan being this way, but if you notice, the park, reverse, neutral, and drive, the gear selection is right to left, which I'm used to it being left to right. Now, I don't know if that's just this one, but it's kind of weird. Other thing, and this is just minimal, and it's because it's so inexpensive. You put the rear defogger on. You can see it comes on. That thing is not going to click out on its own. You have to physically push it off. So you put it on, you know, normal cars, it goes off after so long. This car, you have to do it yourself. Other weird thing. So when you talk about, you know, I'm giving you all the reasons and things it doesn't have, but check this out, 1994. Automatic window. 1994. That's outstanding. All right, last thing we're going to take a look here, which I don't usually like these in the car, but it actually works pretty well in this car, is the rain guards. Now, what's kind of unique with this one is, and once again, this was a pretty inexpensive car, but it's the factory rain guards, which I imagine are more expensive than the normal ones. But, and of course, it's got the matching floor mats, both front and rear. So yeah, that's the Toyota Starlet. Pretty cool little car. I would definitely buy another one. Who knows, maybe we will. As always, thanks for watching.